everyone, it's Katie here from the YouTube channel The Scrappy Sisters, and I am back today on the Kitaholic Kits YouTube channel with a 12 by 12 layout for you. This one is, surprise surprise, a photo of my nephew, because really do I scrap anything else. And this time though it is a photo with my mum, so his grandmother, and yeah, it's a cute photo. I just wanted to do this, and again, surprise surprise, it's for my sister's album. I do 9 by 12 scrapping, and I really wanted to scrap this photo, but you know, I have enough photos of my nephew in my own album, so I thought I'll just do this one for Jess. So I did pull some tissue paper from my stash because I decided that I wanted to use one of the Kaiser Craft papers that came in the kits this month as a background paper, which I rarely do, like hardly ever. Funnily enough, last month I also did a layout for Kitaholics using pattern paper as a full background piece. And I think because it's a similar type of pattern paper, so there's actually not a lot of pattern or printed design on this piece of pattern paper, and the same with last month's. It's just got you know, the pieces in the corners, and that's it. The rest is white, so it suits me perfectly. Now I've got some squares of paper here left over from a project I wanted to do and then didn't, and then I had to recut some squares because they were the wrong size. So I had these left over, and I thought that I would just make, you know, a bit of cluster behind the photo as a bit of a photo mat. So then I got lazy and I didn't want to stick them all down, and because I'm putting the photo on top, no one is going to see that I stuck a million staples in this to, you know, hold it all together. Of course I ran out of staples, had to get some more, but really this layout was so quick to come together. I think all up it took me half an hour, and that is also with some breaks to like change YouTube videos that I was listening to in the background. It's so quick, this layout. And again, also a really simple layout because I didn't embellish that much because I used the pattern paper. I'm not one that likes to embellish too much if I've got the pattern paper in the background, because the pattern paper kind of speaks for itself a little bit. So I'm sticking down that photo mat, and I do decide to pop the photo itself up on some foam dots. So I'm just doing that now. I probably could have edited this bit out, but that's okay. You have to watch me peel off the back of all these foam dots. But I really like that I popped the photo up. I think because there was a lot going on in the background and lots of different layers and things like that, I think the photo just needed to kind of pop up a bit from the page. So I've done that, and I really like the way the tissue paper just kind of gives it that sort of soft matting, and I think it's a really nice way to add a little bit of texture to a layout, and it's something that often we have lying around, so I keep all of my tissue paper when I get given gifts and all that type of thing. So I'm going to work on the title now before I do my embellishing, because I just wanted to you know, see where my title is going to be placed. I knew what my title was going to be, and I knew it was going to be a long title, so I just wanted to make sure that I had enough room for that to go down before I kind of did the embellishing around it. So as you've probably worked out by now, the title is Horsing Around with Grandma. And so the horsing around I do in the really nice, are they the Dear Lizzie thickers? I should know that, shouldn't I? Yeah, Dear Lizzie thickers that came in the kit this month. So I use those to do the main part of the title, which is horsing around, because if you haven't noticed already, Grandma and my nephew are playing horsey rides, so I thought horsing around was a very good title. And then I use the black lowercase stickers to write the with Grandma, and I really like how that looks. Now there's not too much black though on the rest of the page, so I did want to bring a little bit more black in some of the embellishments, so I do that. I use a couple of the tags from Dear Lizzie. I used that one, it actually said Dream, and I ended up sticking it so far underneath you couldn't read it anyway. But then I do grab another ticket and also stick that down to, which you can actually read. I'm going through the ephemera pack that came in the kit, just picking out maybe some bits that would work. I did want to grab more of the black to sort of bring in some of the black into the layout as well, because there's a lot in the title. So I pull out some of the black things, and yeah, I stick down this random record, I guess it is. I just poke that out the side a little bit, and then I end up covering it anyway, so that was a waste. I want to use that little round ephemera piece which says leave a little sparkle wherever you go, and then I decided that I wanted more of that tag to show anyway because I really like that teal colour, so I chose the one that says XOXO and stuck that down. It's a sticker anyway, so was able to stick that down. I popped up the little ephemera piece, the leave a little sparkle wherever you go, and stuck that down, covering that other piece of black record that I stuck out. Well done, Katie. And then I decided at this point that I wanted to use the wood veneer hearts that came in the kit because there's some hearts in the background paper and I thought that would sort of tie it all together. But then I also decided that I really wanted to use the little emoji wood veneers as well, and so the hearts and the emojis didn't work so well together. Then I also grabbed out the bows that came in the kit. I really wanted to use one, but I just wasn't sure where I was going to put it. So as you can see, I put it in multiple places and then decided to pop it in the top left of the photo. So kind of going with the rule of three, I guess a little bit, making 3 ephemera clusters. I just decided to put a cluster in the bottom left, which I'm sticking down now, but I used the pattern paper which already had the print on it that says there are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. I kind of incorporated that as part of my embellishment cluster, and I just stuck a having fun banner which came in the cut apart sheets, I think, and then of course my wet glue was downstairs, so I had to stick the wood veneer on with double-sided tape, which works fine. It's just not as ideal as the wet glue. It's not as easy. So then back to the cut aparts, and I grab the tiny words that Deb has put in the cut aparts, and I decide that I'm cutting out one that says my heart melts, and then on the other sheet I cut out one that says today is a great day. So I, am a bit lazy. I don't love cutting apart all of these words. However, I like that we get the words. So, it's sort of, you win some, you lose some, don't you? I'm lazy. I don't love cutting things out, fussy cutting. And so I'd fussy cut all the rest of the cut aparts, and I just left the words kind of in, I guess, their cluster so that they were easier to see, and that hopefully I will use more of them this way. So just cutting out the last one that says day, and then I'm going to stick those down, and I am almost done. As I said, this was such a quick layout to come together. So again, don't have my wet glue, so just using double-sided tape for this one and sticking it, the my heart melts down the bottom of the photo. And then I'll stick the today is a great day sort of in the top right. And yeah, that's kind of it. Hopefully this isn't too simple for everyone, and you appreciate the fact that it can be really quick and easy to put a layout together. I do really love how this one turned out. I think though, again, it's just about the photos, isn't it? Like, memory keeping is wonderful, and it doesn't really matter what your style is, or how you decide that you like to put things together. If you're happy with the way it looks and you've captured the memory, then that's all that matters. And for me, I loved this photo of my mother with my nephew, and she doesn't get to see him as often as she'd like. She's still working. My dad is retired, so he does come down and see my nephew a lot more than my mum does, so it's really nice. I really love that photo, and I wanted to capture that and well, put it in my sister's album, but at the same time capture that. So I just finished it off with some mists, and I used a Kaiser Craft charcoal mist and the Heidi Swap gold. And that's it. You can see my hands going. That means we're at the end. I've slowed the video down so you can see some close-ups, and we are done. I hope you've really liked this layout. I hope you're enjoying making things with the kits, or checking out the kits if you're new to Kitaholic Kits, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my next video. I hope you have a great night. Bye.